What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Baggers and Bourbon. Of course, I'm your boy Cam, and today we're going to be talking about oil level, right? How to properly check your oil level, right? So guys, it is two ways that you properly check your oil level, right? On your oil dipstick, you have one that reads Jiffy stand, and you have a side that reads straight up and down, right? So currently right now, you see my bike currently over on the Jiffy stand, right? And I'm going to show you what they mean when they say straight up and down, right? So what we're going to do is go ahead and sit this thing up on the lift. And this is what they mean by straight up and down, right? All right, so this is straight up and down right here. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, of course, you see I got a saw right here, right? I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to explain to you guys what I'm going to do with that saw. And it's going to make the way that you check your oil, whether it's on the stand or whether it's upright, a lot easier, all right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove the dipstick real quick. All righty. All right. So now that we have the dipstick removed, all right, I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer so that I can actually explain to you guys on what we're going to be doing and how it can make it easier for you guys to check your oil, whether it's upright or over on the Jiffy stand. Right. So now that I have you guys here in a better lit situation, I wanted to bring you guys outside so that I can fully explain it. You're going to need a saw like this to make sure that you can make the mark. So you can use something smaller. If you have something smaller with a fine blade too, it doesn't really matter. So that you can mark your oil dipstick properly, right? So here is your typical oil dipstick from your Harley Davidson, right? And I'm going to bring it in to you guys a little bit closer. As you see, it will read over here, full hot on Jiffy stand. So this side right here is on Jiffy stand, and this side is a little bit taller, full hot with vehicle upright. So this means up on a lift, correct? What you're going to do is, if you can see this clearly, you're going to count down 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you see on the 4th one, I took the saw, I notched it on the side, and I notched it on the front, notched it on the side, and notched it on the front. So reason therefore being I did not notch it all the way up is so that it will give your bike a better area inside of the crankcase for a better venting area. You don't want to fill it all the way up, because as we know, as stuff get hot, it needs room to expand and for the gases to expand, and it don't overpressurize inside that area. And what this will allow it to do on your bike is it will allow the blowback or whatever, the oil splatter, to not come out of your breather, right? So you won't see the splatter in there. It will just give it a better venting area for your M8 oil tank or whatever in there. It will give it a better venting area. I also learned that tech tip right there from T-Man. He stated to kind of get rid of some of the blow-by in your breather. He notched his oil dipstick like that. And since I have been notching my oil dipstick like that and been filling my oil dipstick to that line, it has been working tremendously for me. I am going to get a Trash Performance breather, transmission breather, so it can create, give me a little bit more better venting area for my motorcycle. Due to the fact that I do have a bigger motor in my bike, I have a lot of crankcase pressure. So for me to get rid of some of that, I notch my oil dipstick, and also I'm going to add the transmission top breather from Trask on my bike. But again, you don't have to follow that, but that is what I decided to do with my bike. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So I hope you guys like that quick tip that I gave you guys. I find that way a little bit more easier to check my oil level. Shout out to T-Man for that tip right there on how to make it much more easier to check your oil level. Also, T-Man do make a lot of great oil pressure gauges. He make oil catch cans to catch the splatter and different things. And he also makes a transmission venting top to help vent your crankcase and get some of that pressure up out of your engine, especially when you are building motorcycles with bigger engines. You're creating a lot more pressure in your engine, so you want to find a way to actually release some of that pressure. And that tip that he gave you guys, and he also gave me, was to do your oil dipstick like that. And you still have more than enough oil, but what it does is give your oil a little bit more breathing room for it to expand, so it don't be so full and it has nowhere for that oil pressure to go. So guys, thank you for tuning in to Baggers and Bourbon. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And always remember, this is the channel where the rubber meets the road, and the bourbon is also essential for the soul. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, I'm your boy Cam, and until next time, we out. Peace.